I'm now in Guangzhou Sheraton Hotel. I spoke to some of the people and read some of the articles and tried to understand about the differences and the similarity between Guangzhou property and Malaysia property. So of course the first thing that struck me, I'm currently in Guangzhou, which is the first tier city in China, alongside with Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Beijing. One of the things it may sound ironic is that we always thought that population will have a great impact on property prices. More people, more demand for property, and then property prices goes up, which is very true. But if you have been following China policies, then they have been adopting one-child policy for the past 20-30 years. Each family can only have one kid. If they have more than one, they'll give a hefty fine. So you can imagine this: you have grandparents from one side, grandparents from the other side, and then you have one son, one daughter. They got married, they have another grandchildren. So the population is reducing from 4 to 2 and then 1. But it did not stop the property prices, especially in first tier city, that goes up tremendously for the past 15-20 years. You want to know why? So one of my understanding is this: internal migration, influx of migration from different parts of the smaller state, they all comes to big cities like Guangzhou. Better job opportunity, better amenities, better education for kids. These are the driving force for the people quite to move to Guangzhou per se. So think about this: we cannot view the population growth from just a simple perspective. You have to understand that intermigration plays a very important role in determining the prices for Guangzhou. And then the second thing is that not just the population, from what I read, but it's also the capital. As you know, our Asian mindset is very different from the Westerner. We always prefer to own a place that we call our own home rather than just renting for the rest of our life. Think about this. The general perception is that one person buy one house. How many people we have, then we'll be buying how many houses. But it's just that if a person have more capital and they feel that property is a safe investment for them, they will be buying 5, 10. And in fact, they won't be just buying residential. They will be buying commercial, short lots, so on and so forth. So there will be the driving demand force to create the demand for the property. Therefore, this is the main factor to driving up the property prices. Of course, the second thing that I realize is also one thing is the cooling measurement. Malaysia has introduced the LTV 70%, loan to value 70%. If you have more than 2 mortgage loan, your third residential property purchase, your maximum loan amount is only 70%. You want to know what is the cooling measurement happen in Guangzhou now? First of all, if you buy under household, if you are the Guangzhou resident, okay, you can only buy maximum 2. Regardless how rich you are, you can only buy 2. And if you're under individual name, you can only buy 1. If you buy the first house, the down payment that you need for buying the first house is 40%. But if you have one house and the house have outstanding loan, the second house that you want to buy, your maximum loan margin is 30%. In other words, you need to put in 70% down payment for your second house purchase. Can you imagine the capital required? But having said that, all the cooling measurement that has been introduced in the past years has not really stopped the property prices from appreciating much. In fact, Guangzhou property has increased 5, 6, even 8 folds for the past 10 years. Why? I think one thing we have to look at it is when the government introduce a cooling measurement, of course it will create a shock to the market. But when you say market, a lot of people are seeing it from a home buyer perspective. That means that the demand will be lesser, therefore the property prices should come down. But one thing we always forgot is cooling measurement has a great impact on the supply side. Just imagine this: if you are the property developer, you are the main supply to the property market, isn't it? If you heard that the government is going to make people more difficult to buy a house, whether it's a loan, whether it's a restriction of the number of houses you're buying, as a property developer, of course, you'll be more cautious. Imagine this: if I'm a developer, if I were the developer, my intention is to introduce 15 projects in the next 3 years. But with the cooling measurement coming in, okay, I say maybe put a stop. Instead of 15, maybe I'll only roll out 7 out of 15. 7 versus 15, I'm talking about more than 50% drop. It means there will be more than 50% drop in housing supply to the market in the next 3 years. So, as you know, prices are determined by demand and supply, not just the demand. So a lot of people forgetting about the supply side. Cooling measurement will bring the supply lesser to the market. Therefore, they will have a driving force in bringing up the housing price. And this cooling measurement, I think, is not just happening in Guangzhou. It happens in Singapore, other parts of cities in China. Therefore, we should not just looking at cooling measurement will reduce the housing price. In fact, it will reduce the supply of the developer as well. So of course, these are the two things I come across, and I feel that I should share this with you in the sessions. So today is going to be a short session. Before I end the sessions, just enjoy the view here. Basically, as you can see, this Sheraton's outside, it just the beautiful sunset there. So here you can see the park just right across, a small river, and the building with shop is just across. Temperature is 30 degrees in the daytime, but it can drops below 20 when evening comes. So thank you for watching. I see you guys back in KL soon. Thank you very much.